Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius, May 22, 2022. The moon spends the day in your partnership sector, and what others stir in you can be particularly important to you right now. Mercury begins its transit of your home and family sector today, and you're likely to enjoy some revealing and warm conversations in the weeks ahead. Sometimes this transit means a busy home life or frequent discussions with family and loved ones. It can also be a time to evaluate your inner feelings, values, and connections, or assess and negotiate in your domestic life. You seek special moments or patches of rest and a break from overthinking and overdoing. For the most part, you're preoccupied with personal and domestic matters. As you may remember, the moon governs your intimate 8th house of sex, shared resources, and soulmate connections. However, it will be glimmering through thought-provoking Aquarius and your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others at this time. How can you continue to communicate with honesty and integrity? Are you and your significant other on the same page? The moon will also clash with your planetary ruler, Jupiter, via your emotionally driven 4th house of home, family matters, and innermost feelings, which could, in turn, create tension between how you're truly feeling and what you're willing to express. The last few weeks may have been especially productive while Mercury was in Aquarius. You could have completed quite a bit of work, especially if it revolved around writing and corresponding with others. Unique conversations could have brought out important details too. As of today, these trains of thought take a twist as Mercury enters Pisces. You may find that the productivity subsides just a little since Mercury in Pisces is prone to daydreaming. If you lose track of time or feel restless, lean into Mars in Aquarius to stay on top of your professional obligations. In the lead up to the moon's return to your financial sector tomorrow, this is an important point in any month for having your antennas up while taking a wait-and-see approach. Even more so with the moon set to face a lot less competition from planets on the income front, at a time when things are settling into place and into a more steady momentum on the income and job fronts. It will be hard interacting with people today. You overreact to the smallest things and feel completely misunderstood. It would do you good to take a step back, clear your thoughts, and start tackling the arguments in a calmer way. Good times are all around you, so don't worry too much about the little details. Just let yourself flow with the grand scheme of things and have fun. If the response you get from prospective dates is not always positive, consider how your approach might be improved. You may want to ask what you could change about yourself. Becoming more self-aware can help you understand what to change, or at least help you appreciate another's point of view or not. The current planetary influence encourages you to question your personal habits. At the same time, you feel mistrustful of the exercise, as though there would be criticism from the universe for anything less than perfect. It is important to notice if this is going on, because it is the key to breaking down a system of denial. When we feel judged, we deny the behavior in question. When we feel a sense of acceptance, we can embrace change. Take care to see your relationships in a realistic light. It's a day rich and full of your own natural essence. Your love of forming long-lasting friendships and caring for others will be especially strong today. So will your desire to help. Just take care that your humanitarian nature and generosity don't see you taken advantage of. By taking the time to get to know people well and accepting that not everyone sees things as you do, you reduce the risk of being hurt. In a case of perfect timing, the moon just happens to be making its monthly visit to your communication sector during the sun's first and Mercury, the planet of communications, last full day in your relationship sector. With Mercury just a day away from retrograding back out, as the sun turns the solar spotlight onto your relationships, the moon is here, making it even easier to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. A day after the sun left your work sector and a day before Mercury is due to return, there is a chance to keep your work hat off. In a case of perfect timing, the moon is in your communication sector during the sun's first and Mercury, the planet of communications, last full day in your relationship sector. With Mercury due to retrograde back out tomorrow, this is not only ensuring the communication lines are open as the solar spotlight turns onto your relationships, but with a little help from the moon, there is a chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury's splash into Pisces, which happens today, can boost imagination as well as paranoia. The information we hear and relate may not be completely legit, because Pisces, which is known to add emotion and personal sentiments to information, is now affecting Mercury. This transit can bring deep emotions to the surface, so this is a moment when we might want to check in with others who are struggling. Calming our thoughts and emotions is key, because not doing this can lead to anxiety. Dreams have the power to become reality now. As long as you keep the focus on the task at hand, you'll be able to bring your vision to life. Focus on manifesting what you truly desire. Doing this will allow you to achieve greatness, power, and strength within yourself. You can use this energy to manifest career aspirations and abundance. Your professional goals are changing and deepening. All the more reason for you to make transformative efforts to take your business to the next level. Now is not the time to hold back, rather, it's a moment to incorporate your hopes, wants, and wishes into something that can be life-changing and sustainable. In the morning, the moon sextiles Chiron in Aries, facilitating healing through conversation and speech. The Aquarius moon urges us to open a dialogue with our subconscious mind and be willing to communicate anxieties verbally. By tying language to experience, we create a new vector for self-expression, helping us to move through pent-up grief. A chat with an old friend or a new acquaintance can put our insecurities into perspective. Once we have purged repressed feelings surrounding old traumas, we seize the day with improved confidence. In the late afternoon, Mercury enters numinous Pisces, stimulating our psychic senses. We are more easily able to pick up on nonverbal signals, vocal tone, and body language. Reading in between the lines has its perks, but while our imagination is at the helm, we risk certain lapses in judgment. Mercury is in its fall in Pisces. Details may be confused as our emotions and intuition butt into our rational thought processes. Mundane appointments, scheduled dates, and errands can be forgotten. It's a bit like a mini Mercury retrograde. On the bright side, this transit helps us to communicate mystical or spiritual concepts and aids creative inspiration. It is an especially auspicious time for artists and performers to dream up new projects.